Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty crazy news when it comes to GameStop. Now, as you guys probably know, GameStop has had a very big up and down. The last, probably 10 years or so, I would probably say it was actually a little bit on a downward trajectory. A lot more people kind of switched to pure, digital gaming. We saw a lot of other big businesses such as Walmart, Best Buy, and other various big box retailers at this point completely remove physical games. As of right now, sometimes Walmarts don't even have an Xbox, or even sometimes, depending on the store itself, not even having PlayStation games. Now, some certain things, such as say the Switch, are usually still pretty prevalent inside of these stores, but overall, and I think a lot of people would probably agree if you guys are watching this video, digital has taken over. As well, we also saw things like the PS5 Pro going basically only be a purely digital console where you can still go buy the actual disc attachment, and same thing with the Xbox Series S, the brand new Xbox, and of course PC gaming as a whole. Not many people are buying physical disc media when it comes to the games themselves. And right now we actually have some horrible news over here. If you guys kind of care about the OG of gaming, it kind of depends. Some people actually don't really like GameStop itself because of them, well, a lot of various reasons. We'll maybe get into that one in this video, but I'm sure trade-in prices, the fact that they kind of over gouge out pre-order prices. Well, there's also a lot of folks out who like the stock, they want to short it, and of course kind of have that nostalgic feeling for GameStop. I myself am one of those people. I used to kind of grow up on GameStop. That was pretty much me. There was midnight releases of Halo 3, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, the Xbox 360 days, and that was kind of the golden era. If you guys were around that time, you guys probably understand that back in the day, it's probably the equivalent of the Fortnite era for right now in the current Zoomers and the somewhat younger out there squad. But basically right now it seems like GameStop is shutting down stores nationwide. We have a lot of things to kind of talk about, some sad news as well, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for the PS5 Pro giveaway on the channel itself too. So subscribe here, our second YouTube account, and the 2 Twitters and Twitches for all the bonus entries. Make sure you guys get those on in ASAP. We're almost getting done with the holiday season for the PS5 Pro giveaway. And of course we have all the affiliate links down below. If you guys want to pick up any consoles and such, let's go dive on into the video itself. So you guys kind of heard about the start of this. It does kind of seem like some pretty bad news where GameStop is now officially planning widespread store shutdowns after closing 300 locations last year, which is crazy. Now, overall, the GameStop actually does have a pretty big piggy bank for their stock. If you guys ever watched the GameStop stock vibe, basically it basically went for a round 2 not too long ago, and what the company did was an ATM, which was basically at the market, which basically means the company will go get say 5 million GameStop shares. They can basically spawn them with the board approval, and then they just go and sell those shares on the open market and kind of dilutes out the company, makes all the shares go from 50 million to 75 million. But as they sell them on the open market, it does usually lower the price, but the big deal is that it basically gets the company a lot of free money. It's basically if you just sell stock nonstop, if the company is intrigued, they'll go make a lot of money. So GameStop actually has a lot of big money right now, as we can kind of go and say that GameStop has just announced plans to shut down stores across the country after closing 300 locations just last year. The popular gaming retailer says net sales have fallen 20%, now sitting at $860 million, a drastic change from its $1.08 billion in 2023. Despite generating income, the company's operations have continued to decline, according to Wedbush Analysis, a financial services firm that represents the retailer. GameStop has virtually no chance of returning to profitability in its core business, Wedbush Analysis says. Basically, the store revealed in a filing of the Securities and Exchange Commissions that this retailer has not yet decided exactly what locations will close its doors, as its comprehensive store portfolio optimization review is still underway. While a specific set of stores have not been identified for closure, we anticipate that the review may result in the closure of a large number of stores that we have closed in the past few years. A larger number of stores, the company has said. The company, founded in 1984, has notably struggled to sell new and used video game discs in store as Americans shift towards digital downloads, streaming, and online shopping. Basically, Xbox Game Pass is destroying GameStop. GameStop was also the center of the meme stock trading frenzy during the COVID pandemic, which sent the stock to dizzying levels, but has been struggling with sales and profitability. So I guess kind of the big mid-story topic over here. Do you guys even go and do GameStop or even buy games in store? I will stand by. I'm not usually the biggest one. I haven't really been the most active when it comes to in-store games, but I maybe do GameFly or something, rent the game, but typically most of my game downloads are digital. In March, GameStop announced it has closed 287 stores worldwide over the previous 12 months, leaving just over 4,000, which is still insane, physical locations. At the time, shares of GameStop tumbled 15% and were down more than 7% 15% in September. With news of more stores set to collapse, GameStop said it might introduce new services and products, and that all kind of goes and ties on that weird like Pokemon grading they've been doing. There's been like rumors of doing like PC bangs, which is kind of like the idea of like a Korean place where they just have a bunch of PCs, you rent it, you basically like hang out there and stuff in case you have a good high-end gaming PC and play games on PC itself, like a Fortnite, League of Legends, whatever it might be. And like they've been testing the waters to see, they've done like more stuff with the pros, console restocks, all that. In October, the gaming store announced its collaboration with collectors holders through its professional sports authentication division, which opened the door for the retailer to become an authorized professional sports authenticator, or the PSA dealer. Through PSA, GameStop can provide trading card autograph authentication, which is kind of a big deal, in grading services at select stores across the nation. Though the company has introduced the new edition, Wedbush analysis are skeptical, and I kind of agree. They also did try to do crypto stuff too as well, saying its entry into the trading card game business follows failed attempts at the omnichannel strategy in NFT trading. They said referring to non-fungible tokens or digital assets on blockchains, and if you guys remember that was a big deal, that like some like more the popular, like the one big popular crypto coin worked with GameStop to go and sell NFTs, and that was kind of the big trend. Like some of these gaming companies back in the day, I think like Ubisoft and a few other ones, kind of shine themselves on in, and they're like, hey, let's go and Roth this on out, let's go sell NFTs and get in crypto. I'm not against crypto. If you guys see my channel itself, I'm definitely not against crypto at all, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of like, I was never a really big fan of NFTs. I think Bitcoin's cool. I think the idea of Bitcoin is cool. Like Ethereum too as well. If you guys don't know, I mean, Bitcoin's like a little payment coin. Obviously it's like decentralized ledger, cool vibe. And then same thing with Ethereum. It's like just a network where you can basically go and make anything you want, kind of like the internet. Like those are cool to me. Like I don't mind that. But when it comes to NFTs, I always kind of thought they were kind of a cash grab and not, that's not a lot of, it's not worth, it's not really worth in my opinion. So anyway, they also said that revenue has also dropped annually as hardware and accessory sales have also plummeted 20%, while software sell 15%. Collectible sales have also declined by 3.7% according to Retail Dive, and revenue continues to fall dramatically year over year as GameStop closes stores and more games are sold digitally, the analysts explained. Top of the weeding out stores in the United States, the retailer announced it will also shutter operations in Germany by the end of the fiscal year, basically shutting down a bunch of different stores, changing all their products, and also shutting down the stores in Germany. GameStop also plans to start slowly slowing operations down in Italy too as well, not the poor Italians, after completely leaving Ireland, Austria, and Switzerland in 2023. GameStop is not alone in announcing mass store closures as the US faces a growing retail apocalypse, basically saying like people just have to spend more money on like food and rent and like, paying off student debt, credit card debt, cars, whatever it might be, having kids. And at that point, they don't have as much spare and disposable income, which is kind of the same thing as kind of going with me. Like if you guys ever see my channel, it does kind of seem like you have to put a lot of effort in this type of stuff, which sucks. I mean, you just have to worry about your budget. You got to worry about what you're spending your money on. You got to worry about investments. And the world is just a really hard place. Like, I'm sure you guys would agree. It's just a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. Some people are in credit card debt. And I mean, like this how the world kind of works at this point. So don't feel bad if you're part of it. It's been a hard place to live. Although I do always try to say, make sure you guys do take care of your retirement if you can. 401k matches. At the same time too, so if you guys can do a little bit of investments, whether it's like $50, $100 a month, it does add up, and compound interest is always very, very important. But at the same time, like it shows that the places like GameStop are not doing as well. So basically they're saying too that just bigger margins, consumer pullback, and everything's rough. And they were almost at 2,600 store closures in the first 4 months of 2024. And that trend continues. About almost 8,000 will be lost by the end of the year. I believe that's just for general retail stores. It emerged in October that Walgreens will be shutting down more than 1,200 stores. Big Lots was shutting down more than 500 stores. Bedcock Home Furniture and more, I've never heard of them, said at the end of July it's closing all of its 380 stores after it fell into bankruptcy earlier on this year. And obviously we've heard big things that even like Red Lobster and other big retail chains going and shutting down as well. We said too as well, on top of that, Party City has also really recently been faced with the possibility of mass closures too as well, and just seems kind of crazy. So at the end of the day, it kind of shows that less people are buying physical media. GameStop itself is not doing as hot as people expect. Although I think right now, this is more of a strategic option. They themselves are trying to make sure their company does not go bankrupt. If they shut down unprofitable stores and keep on trying to go shift into different business margins, there is still a pretty large chance that GameStop can emerge. It does have like a meme culture behind behind it. A lot of people have nostalgia behind it, and especially if you made it throughout this entire video, it makes a lot of sense on that you'd probably at least care a little bit and may give them a shot on their future business ventures. Although we have seen places like Best Buy, Kohl's, etc., JCPenney also having a lot of big retailer woes, and of course things such as NFTs probably cost a lot of money for them to get on into in the crypto world, and maintaining and coding up those, well, basically websites, and I'm sure that was a big massive failure at the end of the day. So it kind of sucks that GameStop is shutting down. Their stores are not doing as well, and I want to hear your thoughts on everything down below. I myself am a person a little bit sad, so I want to hear your thoughts as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on here for the PS5 Pro giveaway, all the affiliate links down below, and I do appreciate you guys all very, very much for watching here in the first place.